this closing would not be complete without my acknowledging my co-lead from our office, the Foreign Trade Service Corps, Rico Mariano, who is actually the one who coined Slingshotmnl. So just a bit of a background about May 1st. We were given orders to make this happen, and because of very tight timelines, I only had recourse to go through our strongest networks. Collaborators in the startup scene, and one of them, our lead organizing partner actually is Earl, so a round of applause. Thank you very much. So most of the speakers that you've seen here agreed to say yes because of our networks in the startup industry. And then if you allow me to put up on the screen, of course, this is in collaboration with DOST and PICC. Our main organizing partners are IdeaSpace, and then you have Spring and Kickstart, who also supported, PSIA, who has Spring PH, GDAP, the Game Developers Association, and the Call Center Association, Plug and Play Tech, who is a very, very strong supporter of the Philippine startup community in Silicon Valley, UP Enterprise Center, and of course ADB. Again, and just to more flashback, I was involved here first when I was assigned in Silicon Valley in San Francisco, and we had this project, and I think it's only right that we acknowledge them too, called the Science and Technology Advisory Council. They signed an MOA with the government, and these are amazing fill-outs. Silicon Valley professionals and founders and CEOs and enablers who ran a pitch competition called On3 with the DTI and DOST. And that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And now we're here. So, again, of course, this event is, the accolade would really be for the startups and entrepreneurs that you've seen here in the past 2 days, all 116 of them. I myself don't believe what happened to get us this much of and level of innovation and high-tech creativity to show the world what we are capable of in this space. I'd like to share the floor with Earl, of course, our lead partner, on behalf of the Philippine startup community. Earl.
Good, I guess, wow, it's been an amazing, 2 days? You guys agree? Yes. So, honestly, we had a grand vision. When Mike approached us and we just said, how do we create kind of one of the most interesting, startup-focused event, perhaps, in the history of the Philippines, and maybe even at the APEC level. And I thought at the time Mike was a bit crazy, right? Because that was only about 8 weeks ago. But honestly, I believe in one thing, and in the power of serendipity, in the power of destiny. Honestly, I emailed my good friends, Nico, who's from Chile, Professor Dasher, who's my professor, obviously Mike, who's from Uber, and JJ, and a bunch of others, and magically, they all said yes to come. And I wasn't foreseeing that. But then from that point on, this thing just kind of railroaded. But again, like Mike said, it wouldn't be possible for our collaboration, but also for my team who probably spent the past 6 weeks almost not sleeping because of just too much uncertainties over speakers and also just pulling up this conference. So I don't know if the IdeaSpace team is here, but if they are, I guess let's give a round of applause. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if they're here. But I'll probably end with a couple of kind of key learnings In fact, some of them are probably quotes from either speakers or just participants. So one participant just asked me just a while ago, Mr. Earl, I'm so inspired today. Maybe I want to bring it to my own university. And now I realize that we can actually change the culture, even in my own university or my own town. So I think that's a challenge for all of us. Honestly, there were like more than 1,000 people who applied for Slingshot. And I don't know why, but Mike projected, I think, 1,000 people, right? Or more because of this capacity. So in a sense, I hope that people take it a challenge because you guys are now ambassadors of change. So I hope that you guys take it to heart because that's why I think you were selected to be here for the past 2 days. The second one I think is the power of kind of global connections. What we realize is that we need to figure out more and more that the world is getting smaller, and that's why we actually said yes, is that because this is an APEC level event. And I told this in my remarks yesterday that the next time, we'll be around here, my 20-year-old intern will probably be around 35, right? So I said, why don't we take advantage of it now? And let's make sure that since APEC is here, let's build more global connections because the world, especially the startup world, is so interconnected, right? Just imagine, even Nico, who just been here for 30 hours, he had very good insight. He said, just imagine if the Philippines learns a little bit more about Spanish, then you could even be a link between Latin America and Asia, right? So it's like, wow, that's a very good insight, right? And then maybe my last kind of closing thought is, I'm going to say this, Nico said it, but whatever, I'll say it again. It's let's just, effing do it, right? I mean, in the end of the day, we have to chart our destiny. And I got inspiration from all the speakers, and they said, if all of us are negative, if all of us say, we can't do it, if all of us blame other people, nothing will happen. So we have to work together. In fact, that we're even building an innovation center, one in Tramuros, one in UP with the government, in fact with the DTI, with USD and ICTO. Will it work? I don't know. But please, let's just do it. Right? Let's build things because it's needed, we think it's right. And I think that's the spirit that we need to do because we are startup entrepreneurs, right? And we're innovators. That's the challenge. And thanks so much. It's been a crazy ride with you, but I think it's been one of the best events that I have been to personally, and I hope it's one of the best events that you have been personally involved in as well. Thank you.
So this closing would not be complete without me acknowledging the people who shed blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen in a crazy amount of time. Of course, our team of event managers led by Doy and Enya and everyone else, the amazing people in my office, the Foreign Trade Service Corps of the DTI, of course the amazing, I've been using amazing a lot, the speakers who agreed to share their valuable time to come here even with such short notice and to believe in us. And for everyone here, this is our Slingshot. So we now, on behalf of the Department of Trade and Industry, we declare the Slingshot MNL 2015 close. Thank you very much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have our friends from the DPI and of course from Slingshot MNL. Thank you very much, and as we say in the Philippines, it's not goodbye but till we meet again. And if you learn one Filipino word for those who are here right now, who are also Filipino as well, the best word to learn from this whole workshop or whole event is mabuhay. So mabuhay ang startup. Mabuhay! If you've got photos of the whole thing, please upload your photos on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and place them using the hashtag SlingshotMNL and APEC 2015. We'd love to see your photos there as well. Again, maraming salamat po.
Thank you all for attending Slingshot MNL 2015, and good evening.